What's up, guys and girls? So this video, Romanian deadlift, this is the subject of the day. The reason it is a subject of the day because it's an exercise that I really like for a bunch of reasons. Number one, developing both the hamstrings and the glutes. Number two, developing generally pretty good hip stability and strength. Number three, increasing flexibility around the hamstrings whilst training hard in a good, strong metabolic way. Now, the reason for this video is because what I do see an awful lot in gyms is really poor execution of the Romanian deadlift. Now, what I'm going to show you today is kind of nitpicking at the hamstring and glute dominant way of doing a Romanian deadlift. Now, of course, as with everything, there are many different ways to skin a cat, but what I want to show some of you is a technique to learn how to drill this movement and get it right, which will have a huge amount of carryover to being able to coordinate other movements, such as the conventional deadlift, okay? Even things like the kettlebell swing. So what you'll see is today, I'm standing next to a wall. Usually I'm not standing next to a wall when I do these videos, I'm out in the open, so it looks all pretty, but today it's slightly uglier, but still a nice wall. What I want you to do whilst you're watching this video, even with your phone in your hand, is go over and stand next to a wall, all right? So we're right next to it now. My heels are literally backed up against the wall. In my case, my calves, because they're a little bit deeper than the rest of my heels. You're welcome. So what I want you to do is step about 8 inches away from that wall, give or take. Now guys, obviously, make sure you judge 8 inches well enough. We know what some of you are like. So what we're going to do, keep the weight in the heels. My feet now are probably just under my hips. I'm going to soften my knees, okay? That's all I'm doing, just that. So practice that just for a moment. Soften your knees, just there. Now I'm not full on bending. This is the key. All you do is buckle the knees and then leave them there. So first part of the movement, buckle my knees, done. Now put the weight in the heels. We're keeping all of the weight in the heels of the feet. From this position, I want to keep my back nice and straight, and I just want to tap the wall behind me with my butt. Okay, bam. Bam, easy. Now for me, there's no bend in my back at that point. I'm able to tap the wall with my bum without my spine starting to roll. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come forward an inch or two. I'm gonna soften the knees again, put the weight in the heels, and then push my hips back, keeping my back straight, to tap that wall. Now you see, my back is still completely straight. I haven't started to do this, haven't started to roll, my back is still straight. I come back forwards, big stretch, back forwards, big stretch. So now you see the pivot point is here. I'm not rolling through the spine, I'm not going like this, and rolling up and down, bending my spine every single time. I'm simply trying to put as much tension on my hamstrings as possible by drilling this movement. Okay, so what I want you to do is practice that for as long as it takes to be able to get that movement down. Keeping the back completely straight, sticking the butt back, tapping the wall. Remember, we're not bending our knees further to do it as well. We're not doing this. We're simply softening the knees and then tipping the hips back. Once you've nailed that, you can come and grab a bar or dumbbells, your choice what you get hold of. Then what we're gonna do, set up exactly the same. Take a double overhand grip, however you wish. First thing we want to be able to do, get our foot position correct. So again, under hips is about right. We're going to bend the bar around our body. So you see how I'm pushing my shoulder blades back, pushing my chest out, my tummy button is pulled in. Once I'm in that position, my weight is in the heels. I'm softening the knees, just softening, just buckling. And then from there, I'm going to tip my bum back till it taps the wall. Tip my bum back till it taps the wall. Nice and easy there. So I'm going to walk a couple of inches forwards. Notice how the bar stays in contact with my body. It's sliding down my thighs. I'm not throwing it out there. It's staying in contact with my body. Soften the knees, bum back, bum back, bum back, bum back, tap, and up. Bum back, back is still straight, tap, and up. Back is still straight, tap, and up. So that's a comfortable range for me. So what I'm now gonna do is step even further out and just do it freestanding. So soften my knees, weight in the heels, bar in contact with the body, bend it around my body into a U shape, and then simply try to push my bum back as far as I can until I either start to lose balance or my back starts to bend, and then squeeze back up. All the way down, squeeze back up. Now again, notice I'm not rounding my back. I'm not getting to here and then going to get the bar even lower. All I'm doing is focusing on the tension in my hamstrings. I'm trying to deliver as much tension to this portion of my body as possible. I'm not thinking, how low can I get the bar? How low can I get my chest? I'm simply thinking, how much tension can I put in my hamstrings? The easiest way to do that is to tilt your pelvis like you're trying to stick your bum out, like that. And what that's gonna do is gonna kind of put some tension on the hamstrings before you even go there. And then by tipping down and rotating that pelvis even further, you put maximum stretch on the hamstrings. Once you hit that limit, bam. Now that limit will improve the more you do this, but don't get into this temptation or the habit of getting to that point and then rolling all the way back through, because that's why many of you end up with bad backs or overworked backs rather than being able to properly develop your hamstrings. Now, this starting position will also have good carryover to your conventional deadlift or even your sumo deadlift to some degree, because the first part of that movement is to get the bar out of the way of your knees. Bam, and then you sit into it. So get good at this and let it stretch your hamstrings out. Practice it, practice it, practice it, drill it, and don't add too much weight until you're confident that you can see your back is straight all the way down. Now, you can even do what I'm doing now and film yourself off from an angle so you can watch it afterwards and say, well, hang on, was my back straight? Were my shoulders back? Give this one a try. Drill it through, drill it through, drill it through. Add weight once you're confident you can get it nailed. And remember, it is a hip hinge movement here. We're not getting the chest super low and then allowing the back to become a joint as well, or we're not sitting into it. We're simply hinging at the hips like so. Cool? Give that a go as a tool to improve your Romanian deadlift.